Hello, we're gonna get started for day 3 of our ab series down on our mats. Once again, we do not need any equipment and the mat is also optional. So feel free to get yourself situated and meet me here. I'm going to go ahead and get my hair out of my face so that way it is not affecting my breathing and both my speaking. Cool. So we're gonna start in a tabletop and we're going to have our hands and our shoulders aligned, stacked on top of one another, as well as our hips and our knees. And we're going to go into some cat and cow stretches just to go ahead and get started. This is going to be the focus of most of our workouts. So whether you're pulling everything up and pulling your breath in and your stomach up and your eyes down to your abs, or you're going to be out in a more external position. So anyhow, we're going to pull in and we're going to breathe out. And pull the air in and out. And one more time. All right, and we're going to go ahead and drop down to a child's pose just to get everything nice and opened up. To start, we'll sink our butt down to our heels and plant our hands down and support yourself as far as you can go. And we're just going to take a moment to stretch and take a breath. And sometimes at the beginning in my stretch before my workout, I like to find something to think about during my workout because especially doing something like abs or also booty, it starts to hurt. Like you will start to experience pain at some point. So you need to find something that when you start to experience that pain, you can just think about that and that overrides the pain and it keeps you going. So we're just gonna come back down now that you have that food for thought, and I'm gonna let you find that moment real fast. We're going to take a breath. And don't let it go. Hold it in because we're going to need that. All right, so we're going to come back to a tabletop and we're going to go into a bird dog for about 30 seconds and we're going to pulse at the top and then we're going to do the other side and then we'll go back down into a child's pose for a little rest just to get started. All right. So for the bird dog, you're going to take your opposite hand and your opposite leg. So you want to plant into, let's start with our right hand. So we're going to plant the left hand really nice, spread the palm so that way you can really support yourself, as well as this right knee and down your leg. So make sure like everything is supporting you. And we're going to bring these two opposite the right arm and the left leg up and extend it out. And we're going to bring it back in and we're going to bring it out again. And this is meant to be slow and controlled. This is not a fast movement. This is more about really making sure that you're pulling your core in and you're holding everything nice and tight. So that way you're able to do this without having too many wibble wobbles and shakes. So we're going to pull our breath in and out. And we'll find ourselves out here and we're just going to pulse everything up for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. And we'll take a second. Plant the right hand down, plant the left knee down, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come in and out. And you can find whatever breath pace works for you. The fact that I'm talking kind of makes it a little bit difficult for me to keep up with my pattern, but Sometimes I like to pull in as I'm coming in and breathe out as I'm going out, just because it helps me to keep my motions focused. We're going to meet out and we're going to pulse. And down and find our child's pose. And we're going to come back to a tabletop. And we're going to do a 1 minute knee hold. And then we'll be having a little rest, and then we'll be on our backs. So we'll go ahead and find our tabletop position, get our toes tucked, and get ready to go into that. And 1 minute starts. And this is where you really find that cat spine. Pull the belly in, make sure you're keeping everything straight and lined up. And the idea also is like keep pulling that belly in and the navel up while you're still breathing. So keep breathing, keep pulling everything in all at the same time. We're halfway there. We have about 30 more seconds. Twenty more seconds. And 10 more seconds. We're almost done. 5 seconds. And find your child's pose. And we're up. All right. Now, we're gonna do some bridging on our back, and we're gonna come back and end up doing that again, but I think that it'll be nice to break it up because, yeah, I thought it could be nice to have a little bit less movement, but no thank you. So anywho, we're gonna flip over on our backs, and we're gonna go into some bridging, and we're gonna do our lift and lowers. So make sure your hair tie is not in your way. We're gonna find some lift and lowers for about 30 seconds. So we're gonna make sure you plant your feet, make sure your spine is in a nice position, and you wanna tuck everything in and bring those butt cheeks in and up and push the abs up and in. Don't do this like thing. I tend to do that, so that's just note to self. Just letting you know I'm right there with you. So anywho, we're gonna start doing lift and lowers for 30 seconds. We're gonna get started here and up. And if you'll notice, I quite literally just did it. About 5 more seconds of this. And we're gonna pulse at the top for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I do believe that I count slower than the actual clock does, but that's okay. And then from here, we're gonna find ourselves coming back up, and we're gonna do single leg lift and lowers, and we're gonna do that for about 15 seconds, and then we're gonna hold at the top, and we're just gonna pulse to the ceiling. And when you're pulsing, remember this is coming from your butt. So like you're basically using your butt cheek and your, hips to like really, it's not really like a hip thrust. It's just like your hips are going to kind of thrust a little bit, but anywho. So we're down and we're going to find that bridge. We're going to come up and find your feet nice and planted. We're going to start with the left foot up. So once you have yourself nice and planted properly, bring that one up and lift and lower. You don't have to go super low or super high. Just make sure you're holding everything in a nice place. Oh. And if you start to feel your hips pop, make your range of motion a little bit smaller. We're gonna meet at the top here, and for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And down, and down. Wiggle it out. I like to stick my feet up and kind of roll them around a little bit. And we'll do the other side. All right, so we're gonna come up. Everything's planted nicely. Plant that left leg. Bring the right up and up and down. And we're here for about 7 more seconds, and we're gonna meet at the top and pulse for 5. At the top. 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, and now, whew, bridges feel so nice. Just want to make sure that I am on track. I am. Okay, so now we're gonna do dead bug, which this should feel really nice after the workouts that we've done so far. So for dead bug, kind of wiggle that out a little bit. We're gonna find our feet into a tabletop and our hands up to the ceiling. And you're kind of imagining a bug and like the fact that one arm's like here, one's there, it looks all like that, but it's like a little bit more of a controlled movement. So we'll take the opposite leg and shoot that out and bring the opposite arm like that. And then when we bring that one back in, we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. And it's a controlled switch throughout the middle. So we'll do that for 1 minute, and we'll go ahead and start that from here. And this is really nice because it helps you to like plant that spine down really good, especially after doing a lot where you were bringing the body up off the mat or just kind of holding yourself off the mat. Let's check our time. We have 20 more seconds here. And timed exercises are so awesome because instead of focusing on like how many you're doing, just focus on doing them like in the best way that you can do it possible. And then when you're done, you're done. And we're done. So we're gonna take a rest. And like I had mentioned before, we're gonna come back and do what we did at the beginning again. But I was originally gonna do it broken up, so there was less like movement, but sometimes having a little bit of movement in between can be kind of nice to break it up. Okay, so just to catch our breath for a moment, let's come back to our tabletop, find that position, and find those cat and cows again. So we're going to breathe in and out and in and out. And find that child's pose. And back to tabletop. All right, so we're gonna go through our bird dog again and do the knee hold again as well. So we're in our tabletop, our shoulders and our hands are stacked nicely. We have our hands planted into the ground, fingers spread out, knees are also planted down. We're gonna start with the right side. We're gonna take the right arm up and the left leg up. We're gonna stick those out and bring them back in and then out and in. Oh, I forgot to time it. You know, I think it'll be okay. We'll find a couple more of these. And we'll meet at the top and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Wiggle it out. And we're gonna switch sides. And we're gonna go out and in. And on this next one, we'll meet at the top and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back down to a child's pose. And I am gonna time that knee hold because I'm not trying to stay here for like a minute and 15 seconds for no reason. Anywho, we're gonna find our tabletop position and we're gonna come up for that knee hold and we're gonna hold that for 1 minute. Let's take a big breath in. Oh, this is a good moment for a cat and cow. We'll pull it in and out. Nice, we're ready to go. All right, so we're gonna come up and get started, and here we go in 1 minute. Don't forget to pull everything in and up and breathe through this. We're almost halfway there. We are at 30 seconds. Fifteen more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Find your child's pose. All right. And we're gonna flip over and do our bridging again, dead bug, and we're done. Cool. So I'm gonna come on our backs. Once again, This is like a constant thing that I find myself doing, is like in between flipping, which is probably why I just wanted to do it all one way, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Anywho, so let's find ourselves in our bridge position or in our bridge setup, and we're gonna come find our lift and lowers, bring everything up, and we're up and down for 30 seconds. And you go at whatever pace works for you. Make sure you're clenching those butt cheeks really nice at the top. We're over halfway through. And at the next one at the top, we're gonna pulse the butt cheeks in and everything up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. All right. And now we just have our single legs. We do have to do dead bug afterwards, but like we are almost there. We're progressing, trekking through. Okay, so let's find our bridge. We're gonna come up, and you can start with whichever side. I'm gonna start with my right leg, so I'm gonna plant that left leg really good. Bring the right up, and I'm gonna lift and lower for 15 seconds. And then we're gonna meet at the top and pulse for 5. Make sure to get those hips up real nice and high. Ooh, I can feel it. All right, and we're up and pulse. And down. Ooh, yeah, I felt that. Oof, I was pushing through. Let's go to the other side. Let's see how this side feels. All right, reset. We're gonna tuck and come up. And plant that right side real good. And lift and lower that left. Okay, this side feels way better. I might need to stretch my other leg out. She's feeling a bit tight. All right, and on the next one, we're gonna meet at the top and pulse for 3, 2, 1, and down. Whew. All right, stretch that out however you will. I'm gonna do this. It might seem a little unconventional, but instead of judging, you could give it a shot. It feels really nice. Okay. Whew. And now we're gonna find our dead bug, and we're done. You know, I feel like it might not be a good thing to be talking about doing things like dead bug down here, because this is the basement, and sometimes I do find dead bugs down here, and I don't like finding dead bugs down here. It actually like really disrupts my peace. So anywho, find our tabletop legs, arms to the ceiling, and for this last one, you know, we could bring the eyes to abs just to really get into it, or you can stay on the ground. I might spice it up a little bit just because we're wrapping it up. So we're gonna get started, hands up and go. We are halfway there, 30 more seconds. Oh yeah, it is this left leg. It's kind of cramped up right now. Oof. I love when that happens. I'm being sarcastic. I don't actually like pain that much. I'm not like that insane. I promise, just a little bit. 10 seconds left. And 2, 1, and we're done.
Nice. Shake it out, shake it out. Let that lower spine just kind of be free. Wonderful. Cool. Well, that was such a fabulous time, and I'm so glad you did that with me. Thank you for joining me, because otherwise I would have had to do it by myself, and you know, that's not as fun. Cool. Well, if you would like this workout and you would like to continue to do other workouts with me, by all means, like and subscribe, because I'm gonna be here for this is day 3. So it's like 27 more days. So yeah, I mean, we could do this together. We're trying to get snatched up for the summertime. Anywho, that's enough of me today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoyed this workout, and I hope you're feeling very good right now, because I am. I know I am. All right, well, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.